That looks scary. That's nice though. Of all the sticks in the yard, Daisy brings me this to play fetch with. Daisy, there's so many sticks. You need the one with the big thorns? I don't think so. I don't think so. Don't mind me coming out in the near thunderstorm to smell some flowers, because I've been feeling a panic attack coming on all day. Just, you know, gotta stop and literally smell the roses. Somehow feels nice. I don't know. My neighbors are gonna be like, why is that girl talking to herself, smelling the flowers and then running inside? You know what? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Actually, I'm just gonna sit outside for a couple minutes until the sky opens up. Yeah, I'm having a really anxious day today. I don't know. My anxiety has been really bad since I got back, since I came back to the States. And it does this, I feel like, every time I come home, just because I'm around family and stuff, so I feel like my harm OCD acts up a lot. But today in particular, like, I agreed to go out with my boyfriend and some friends, and I'm just like, not that I'm regretting saying yes, like, I like these people. It's not like, I'm like, oh, I gotta hang out. No, I actually like these people, and if you guys are watching, thank you for being so patient with me. But the thought of going out and having to be social and like being in public and like all that stuff is just so difficult lately. I'm always going back and forth with you guys, like, I show you how well I'm doing and I'm talking about like these are the things I did to get better, but like I do always say that it's just a roller coaster. Like, it's always going to be about like maintaining where you are, not about curing yourself, not about anything like that. And I know logically that it is good and then it's bad and then it's good again, then it's bad, then it's really bad, and then it starts to get better, all that stuff. I know that it's like that, but like I'm trying to think of like what I would tell one of you guys if you were telling me this was happening to you, and I'm trying to like follow my own advice, but truthfully I've never been good at that. Nice try. Best part about being back in New Jersey is pizza.
Fatty.
Guys, this is my first pizza since I've been back. So much better than the pizza they have in China. It has like fruit on it and carrots and peas under the cheese. Why? Here's my beauty. Today, just get an upgrade. Look at this cute little commission I finished last night. Gonna send this out today. So Jillian, if you're watching, hope you like it. Don't mind the mess in the back. I'm still working on it. I've, in the past few weeks, been doing a lot of cleaning and a lot of just like trying to get my studio space back in order, helping my mom clean her studio space because I don't know if I've ever told you guys, but my mom hates when I say this, but like hoarding is a problem in my house. Yeah, I mean, I could show you some pictures, but you probably, I don't want to disrespect my family and share all that stuff because it's not just my business, it's their business too. I don't know, like a lot of the things that I've filmed from the past few weeks have just kind of been little snippets that I've done. I painted a few little commissions, riding my bike, doing all that stuff. Summer stuff that I like to do when I'm here for the summer, Last week, I relapsed pretty hard on my OCD. And for maybe 2 days or so, I was back at square one. It was as bad as it was with my onset. And it was really scary because I've not relapsed that hard since I was really bad in the beginning. Maybe 6 years ago. There were a couple days I didn't eat and didn't sleep. What kicked it off this time is not necessarily what kicked it off last time, because last time it was a reaction to a medication. However, I did, about 2 weeks before this all happened, I did restart my birth control after not being on it for several months. And I looked up the reviews for, that type of birth control, and a lot of people said that it, made them seriously anxious. And I'm wondering, the first time around I didn't have any trouble, and I was on it for years. But I have heard of people, having different reactions to medications when they started the second time around. So who knows? That could have been, so I stopped taking that. I started seeing a new psychiatrist because my old psychiatrist no longer took my insurance, but I think that the new psychiatrist probably also isn't going to take my insurance. The claims are, being filed right now. So I, in the span of maybe 2 days, called at least 20 different doctors. Of them, 3 called me back. I called crisis hotlines. I called, medical centers. I was thinking, the only thing I'm going to have to go to the emergency room if I need someone to see me immediately, because everyone was telling me, A, they didn't take my insurance. A lot of them were not board certified, like the ones that were coming up on my insurance, and I'm like, I don't know what that means. Like, how is a doctor not board certified? I don't know, maybe someone can explain that to me. Yeah, so it was a really scary time, and this doctor was the only one that would take me, and I explained that I was kind of like in a crisis, and she said that she had an opening like 2 days after I had called. I went with that. I've seen her twice since, but yeah, for a couple days, it was pretty rough. I didn't want to be around anybody, didn't want to see anybody, just wanted to be alone. At night I couldn't sleep because I was having, I forget the word, I'll put it up on the screen, but it's like the hallucinations that you have, like as you're kind of like falling asleep, but they're like scary. Sometimes people have like auditory ones. I usually have that, or like, I'll see things, but it's not in the way that like someone who has like more serious hallucinations has them. It's not that way. It's like everyone has these kinds of things. But for me, in a heightened anxious state, it was really scary, and I couldn't stop moving. My friends would try and distract me, take me out to do something, and I just like wanted nothing to do with them. I didn't want to be around them, didn't want to see anybody, didn't want to talk to anybody, didn't want to be in any kind of situation where I could lose control. And for those of you guys who have harm OCD, which I know is a lot of people who have found me and reached out and all that stuff, you guys know what that means. Like, I was back at square one, and it's like the anxiety was so high that I needed to take the edge off before I could start applying all the things that I know that I'm supposed to be doing to help myself. Like, I could not fathom doing an exposure, or like agreeing with the thoughts, or even just going about my day. Like, I couldn't do that. I was not there yet. Still maybe not there, kind of, because I'm having these like different types of spikes where like I'll be out riding my bike because movement helps me and I try and tire myself out, so I'll ride my bike for like hours a day. Like I'll, you know, smile and say hi to a neighbor or somebody while I'm riding my bike, and then I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, wait a minute, am I just being nice, or am I trying to convince them that I'm not a bad person, like that I'm not capable of the things that I'm afraid that I'm capable of? So that's kind of where my mind has been these past few days. Next week I'm supposed to go on vacation with my friend, and it's just the two of us, and I'm terrified. And then the week after that I have to fly to Georgia for my friend's wedding. Again, I'm terrified. I know that if I let it control me, or if I let it influence what I do, then it's just going to get bigger and bigger, and the things that it's going to take away from me are going to get bigger and bigger. Like a couple days, like last week, when I was like, there's no way I'm going back to China. Like, absolutely no way. And I think in that moment, like, if my flight had been booked for that day, I wouldn't have gone. That's the ebb and flow of recovery, relapse, maintenance, triggers, all that stuff. Being home for me is hard because a lot of my triggers are here. And I found myself for a couple days just wanting to, because for some reason, the shower has become my safe place where it feels like I can't do anything. I can't hurt anybody, or I can't do anything while I'm in the shower. So I would have urges to just like go shower like multiple times a day. I didn't do it, because I know that giving into compulsion like that is just not in my best interest. Anything that I think in that moment when it's really bad, if it's going to make me feel better, it's probably a compulsion. So I try not to do those things. Sometimes I give in. I was going for long walks, going for long bike rides just to get out of the house. But it helped, I think, to tire me out and get some of that adrenaline to burn off so that I could sleep eventually. I've also restarted taking my lorazepam, or like Ativan, because why be miserable? Like, why be miserable if you can help it a little bit? I mean, I'm still pretty miserable, but, really going to try hard not to cancel on all the plans that I have coming up in the next 2 weeks. I haven't studied at all. I haven't had the wherewithal to like sit and study and focus, so that's a problem. A lot of you guys have reached out. I made a post about it, I think. I had posted maybe last week on Twitter and on the community tab on YouTube, and I also posted on my Instagram story yesterday. And a lot of people have, reached out, and, thank you guys for your words of encouragement and reminding me that, I've been here before, I've gotten through it, that it's possible to get back to some sort of normalcy in my life. Oh my god, I'm so tired. It's already pretty late. It's already after 2. So I guess the plan for the rest of the day, I'm gonna go for a bike ride. The weather, it's like oppressively hot outside. Gonna go for a bike ride. Then I have some errands to run with my mom. I'm gonna send out this little baby here today. But I guess that's it. So I'll talk to you guys when I talk to you.